we go. Okay, we're recording now. So we can share this going on. Maybe you can summarize what we just did, and then we'll move forward, and then you can see it in a recording.
So you're planning on recording the real virtual reunion, correct?
Yes.
I'll make sure that I'm not eating or drinking a lot.
Yeah, got white wine right here, but yeah.
So, well, just.
Okay, I
Just
sent
water.
that. Thank you for letting me know to her.
If you want to eat, you just do that.
I know. Where'd you go? Oh, there you are.
Well, he was
Okay,
hiding
you go.
behind the screen. I don't care if I have my wine in my hand.
There we go. All right.
You look like you're jaundice.
I still want to know how to get the backgrounds.
Yeah, I can't figure that out either.
I like real backgrounds.
Okay, if you, where was it that we found that one time?
The video carrot.
Oh,
Down in the bottom left-hand corner.
Yep.
Well, seeing to how I don't have anything in the bottom left-hand corner, that makes mine not.
I'm
I've
gonna
got
keep mine real.
participants,
I'm gonna keep mine real.
chats.
Do you like
share
that
screen.
background or do you like that background?
I like the colored one, not the black and white one.
Yeah, I like you look
Yeah.
brighter in front of
I
the
don't
darker one.
have all I have is that one or
That's
that
good.
black and white or that black and white.
No, the other one.
No,
See, the other one.
I don't
And
have
then
any
we'll
choices under my virtual background.
I like that
keep
one.
mine. I'm keeping
Okay.
mine as is.
I don't know where mine is. I'll ask John how to do it.
Well, I found my spot, but I don't have any loaded apparently to pick from.
Oh,
It says none.
okay.
Hmm.
That's real. I like real.
Yeah.
That's for
Yes.
sure. Scared me to death when John reached back and went through a palm tree and disappeared. And what?
Yeah, Gary was fading into the school there a couple of times
I
too.
know. I know. So
Gary, Gary, we should do to become yellow.
I think it's just the lighting in my office right now.
yeah, you need something in front of you.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Hey, Betty, you're a co-host right now too. Try sharing a screen of yours. I'm touching.
Okay.
Go down to the bottom and say share screen.
Yeah.
Screen.
I'm just trying to find something. Oh.
Mhm.
Oh, I know what I want to try. I'm gonna was sitting in my chair and I'm gonna go sit at my dining room table to see if that makes a difference.
Oh.
So I don't
Here.
feel like I've got such a close-up. Oh, that's
Oh,
better.
that's nice.
I like
That's
that
nice.
better.
I like that. That's
There you
good.
go.
That's good.
That's much
why-
better.
So why is Kathy looking sideways instead of straight at us? Oh, there you did.
Because her screen may be off to the side yet.
Oh.
Or iPad.
Yeah, there's not much I can do. Well, let's see. Let me turn it this way.
No, I like a wider better.
Yeah.
Yeah, that doesn't work. So we'll go back to this way.
Yep.
Okay.
There we go.
And make sure your whole face is in it. And
Yeah,
lower it
it's
a little bit.
cutting the top of your head off.
Yeah.
Kathy.
There.
There you
Well,
go.
that's the problem because
Perfect.
I'm sitting back about 3 or 4 feet from my dining room table.
Yeah.
I can't even sit up to the table.
But it looks good. You look great.
It looks better now, yes.
Yeah.
I'm going to see if putting the shade down helps. You guys talk.
Okay.
Talk amongst yourselves.
So Betty, can you share a screen?
Yeah, I'm going to try sharing something here.
Okay.
Where to go? Okay.
Because I have you as a co-host also, and that's what I'm going to do next week as well.
You know, I have to tell you today, I just couldn't believe it. I read Ringo Starr is 80 years old today.
What?
And I thought,
Ringo's-
my God, he is really old. And then I got to thinking,
Yeah, we were in 6th grade, 7th grade.
yeah,
Yeah.
Oh
but
my-
Ringo Starr being 80 years old, dear God.
I saw him live in Jacksonville, Oregon. We have a Brit Festival here quite a few years ago. But he did a great job, and I was sitting close enough, and he was walking, singing and going across the stage, and I did this kind of a wave like this, and he went,
Oh, cute. Now, see, all I see is, I don't see Betty and I don't see Gary.
Do you see what I've seen screen shared there?
Yes, it's the
Yeah.
YouTube.b and
Okay.
stuff.
Okay, here we go.
Okay, here comes Betty.
Oh, it's the fight song.
Cute, I love it.
Sing along.
We would need words in order to sing along if we don't
We don't
remember
see
them
it.
all.
I can hum it.
You don't see the words?
Oh,
No.
No.
we just see the link. So if you click on the link and open something, it should share whatever you see. We see what you see.
Okay, well, what I did, see, that's why I wanted to try this, because I have this YouTube, and then I have another, I'll take this one off, and I will do
Have
another
things
one.
opened, I think. Have things opened. And
This is what I had on,
Oh,
I
neat.
Okay.
had that on top of the video, but
Aw.
obviously it's just one or the other, but not both.
Can
That's
you put
neat.
the link to the video on that page and then click it?
What was that?
Can you put the link on that document, put the link on that document, and then when this is open, click on that link?
I can try it, but I think that whenever that video comes up, it just takes the whole screen.
Oh, so you see the video when it comes up?
Yes, I see. I heard the video because, well, I put this on top of the video. So I heard the music, but I see this.
Mhm. Yeah, we didn't see this before.
Yeah, so that's what I'm afraid that, okay.
Yeah, because we didn't see a video either. We just saw a thing that
The
had
link.
Or
a
else.
link to poke on. The click.
Oh, okay. You didn't see any graph, any,
No.
No.
oh, okay.
Practice with me, Betty. Let's practice when you have it ready to test. We'll do it. You and I'll do it.
Okay, yeah. Gary's a floating head.
Oh, God.
I thought about touching the link to see what happened, but I didn't.
Uh-oh.
What'd you do? Just move back?
I just sat back, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Whoa.
Whoa, it fell into the grass.
It's
I know,
creepy.
that's scary. That's scary. So Gary, you know what you're going to say at the beginning and everything?
Yeah, hi. Yeah, just a short welcome and remind people that we're gonna, be patient. This is all new for all of us, and let's have some fun.
Okay.
And then we'll start off with asking a couple people to start, talking. But then I did want to get an idea of the agenda, because Betty's got some things that she wants to share, and I want to be able to introduce that. And then I think we're going to end with the memorial. Is that what I understood?
Well, that, I thought we had sort of decided maybe not starting with it, but have it early on, because well, I'll show it here in a minute, but I don't want it to be a bummer. I mean, I don't want to make it
Yeah,
sad
we
for
want to
people.
get past it. Yeah, don't
Yeah,
not to
so-
end on a downer. Right.
How about, do you want me to run it now and then you can decide?
Okay.
Yeah, that sounds good. Because before we said a beginning introduction, then participation, then memorial slideshow with an ending promotion of the birthday bash. What we had discussed June
Okay.
22nd.
Okay.
I think you guys should talk about your committee too, and what you've done, and how this has affected you, and how often you meet, and just remind people about what you produce. It's huge what you do at the beginning.
Okay. Are you ready?
Share that screen.
You seeing it?
Yep.
Yep.
Okay.
Turn your volume up, you guys.
Okay, go outside, Fred.
That's so neat.
It's going to be 7 minutes, by the way.
Yeah, I just saw a little minute thing down at the bottom of mine.
Too many of them. Did the music sound tinny to you guys?
A little bit.
Boy, that doesn't sound like the music we put on there, Betty. How are we going to fix that?
Really?
Yeah,
Oh,
Yeah,
real
tinny.
tinny and thin and
huh.
yeah. Maybe
I'm
we,
just glad I got to see it now because it brought some tears to my eye. Betty, that was beautiful.
no,
Yeah, that was really nice.
kidding.
Yeah, Betty, you suck.
Woo! Yeah, no, you cannot put that at the end.
No, it has to
Maybe
be.
if things get slow, maybe that could be introduced while people are gathering thoughts, but wow.
Yeah.
They all need,
That really took my breath away.
half of my kindergarten class was in that group.
Oh, wow.
Betty,
Wow.
that was really, it really was beautiful.
I gotta tell you though, it was nice, but not until the music. I mean, the music just like makes it. I mean, totally.
And
And
that's why I'm asking about the music.
Yeah.
Because I know how rich it is, but
Yeah.
for what I was hearing, it was really thin and kind of sketchy. We could hear,
Yes,
we could hear the it wasn't full on. So maybe we
I
can.
think that's the copy. I mean, you know, like showing it as a copy base. I don't know.
How
It
did it sound
sounded,
to you? Did it sound
it
right?
sounded fine on my screen, but
It was not fine here. So maybe we can visit about that between.
yeah, the only other thing is, well, I don't know, because Don and he shared it with me in the cloud, and I noticed that it was not as large a file as that I had sent him. So I don't know if that if that cuts out some of the stuff. I don't know.
It does. Just like pictures, you know, there's pixels. It takes
Yeah.
out part of the picture.
So maybe
if you
we
Yeah.
need to
lower
do
picture
a bigger
pixels.
file of, he's got it here. So
Yeah.
try to send a bigger one. We'll test it this week. Let's test
Yeah,
it.
I'm at a loss. I don't know what to say. I know that it sounded it sounded fine on my end, but
Yeah, it was real thin here. So
Well, and I'll tell you, I didn't focus on the music. I was focusing on looking at the pictures and reading the names. I mean, I knew there was music. It was nice. And I wouldn't even have thought to say it was tinny until Jill brought it up. But
just because I heard the original and I thought, whoa. It's
well,
not-
see, that's why, because you
Yeah.
heard it both ways.
Yeah.
I think it's still a very nice product for sharing with the group.
Especially the
Yeah.
end. Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
yeah. Well, anyway,
We'll put it on our list this week, Betty.
okay.
it was just, I'm really almost speechless. I mean, it was just,
Well, it's sort of
God, I feel like I've been to a funeral.
We were. You
That's
were.
why we want to get past that and get into the other stuff.
We were at a memorial service right there.
Right?
yeah. Yeah.
And
Well,
it, I
that's-
mean,
yeah,
it was really,
Beautiful.
it was so nice.
Well, the only other thing we could do is just put it on the website. But I mean, I think starting at the beginning and then maybe having something light afterwards that might help ease
Yeah.
or whatever. But
Yeah, I was thinking about maybe finding a poem that I think I read about 5 years or so ago that kind of lightens it up just a little bit, and then maybe a moment of silence, and I'll have to start off with some kind of a stupid joke, just
There you go.
to kind of change the atmosphere, and then start asking some questions. So at the beginning, we're going to have the welcome poster, if you will, and then the video. Betty, is there a way of taking that welcome thing that you put together and doing another one at the end that we can show just this part? Just show that. Can you see this?
Not yet. Gotta share your screen.
No.
What?
screen share it.
Am I screen sharing it?
Nope,
Nope.
not yet.
Nope.
Are you talking about the end part that says, let's celebrate?
Can you see that now?
Nope.
No,
No,
Then I don't know what I'm doing for screen share.
Okay, so let me, oops.
You and Betty are both co-hosts, so you should each be able to do your own stuff.
Oh, there we
Oh.
go.
there it comes.
All right.
So there, now you see it?
Yes.
yes.
Okay. Can you do this part?
Oh, okay, let me, just,
Yeah. I knew
then-
that's where you were going, yeah.
And then we could use that at the very end to remind everybody, write that down and come back.
That
More
says
information to come.
It's Saturday the 18th, right?
16th.
July 18th is Saturday.
Well, he's talking about the thing in 2 years, in two,
Oh, I'm sorry, 20, I didn't see the year. I
2020.
didn't look at the year. You're right. Whoop, yep. I was just looking at 2020. I see it. You
okay.
better highlight that so people like me can see it.
Okay, I've been fooling around and I sort of lost myself here, so,
Well, even if we have to go back to this screen and show that, it could be
Right.
just a reminder.
John's here.
Oh, good.
There he is.
Well, not me, I don't see him, just us four ladies. No,
He's
Betty,
coming. He's coming.
He's coming. He's still joining us.
but I
okay.
I don't see Gary either, so.
Well, because I'm sharing my screen.
Well, no, I can see you, Gary, but see, I can only see 5 people at a time. So when there's 6 or 7, then there's a couple I don't see.
See, I can only see
Yeah, there-
4.
Yeah.
Now, do you see that?
There we go.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that'd be down if we
There
can.
he is. Hi, John.
Hello.
Yeah, we can do that at the very end, just as a reminder and say
good
goodbye. If we still have time and people want to chat, they can go ahead and chat.
There's John.
There we go.
Hi, John.
So John missed the tearjerker memorial.
Oh, I'm sorry.
We just got done with that part.
So how many kids, how many students do we have that passed away that's in that memorial?
60,
60.
60.
Way too many. Some
Did
of them
you-
really early. Gosh.
Did you read the last rubber report? There was a little article about that, so.
Yep.
Yeah.
Uh-oh, there's Gary back again.
But he's gone.
He's holding up his rebel report.
Yes, I read it. I just didn't remember.
Oh, okay. Well, it mentions the 60 and it talks about actually 60 is a little less than average.
Yeah.
Yes, I did see that. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Okay.
okay.
So we've got the welcome poster, the reminder at the end, the memorial, and what other things do we have on the agenda that need to be melded into this? John's going to do his speech.
You got a speech for me?
Yeah.
Oh, we thought we'd let you write your own.
John, be sure and have more light on your face for the
I can't even
event.
see myself. Okay.
Yeah, you're dark.
Oh, there you go.
It's better.
That's better, but he's still not real.
Not real good.
Yep, there we go.
That's better.
I wanted you guys to make sure you had my phone number, so I'm gonna have my phone next to me if you need to text me during the thing. So,
Good idea.
it doesn't ring, I can just see a text. So I'll send it to you. Or I'll send it to Chris and she sends it to you.
Yeah, I put it in, it's in the June 22nd notes,
Oh,
but I
good.
can put it in these notes again.
Yeah, just so that you have them next to you and you can text me.
Yeah.
"Hey, what happened here? I'll run around in the background.
So Gary, the only other idea that I had, or for a program thing, but I was watching some family reunion Zoom meetings, and they had, like we used to have the icebreaker. And what people did is they wrote like 15 or between numbers between 1 and 25 just randomly on a sheet of paper, in like a form of a bingo card. And then you ask questions, like who's got red hair, Kathy. Anyway, but you could then check it off like a bingo card, you know, type thing. But I mean, that was just sort of an activity. I don't know, that might be funky, but that was just an idea that I found on the internet. So
Yeah,
So
they have to scroll
who
through
would be
the
doing
pictures
that?
to see people, yeah.
all the participants,
Would have the
Would-
same card?
no, they would write it randomly in their own, you know, whatever, and then they'd have to check them off.
Oh, okay.
It sounds like that's too complicated.
I think it would be for some, yes.
It'd be hard for people to see each other to know
It's
somebody.
hard to picture it with you.
Yeah. You have to
We're gonna be
scroll-
lucky just to get everybody on the screen.
yeah, you have to scroll-
True. All I can think of is Craig Spencer telling a story. You know, he's sort of the story master when it comes to class stories, but
But he hasn't signed up to come on yet.
No. And Ron Jensen is quite a storyteller, and he hasn't signed up yet.
so we might have to do some follow-up emails.
Well,
So
I mean,
do we have 25 at this time about that signed up?
We have 19.
19.
And I know you haven't had time to look at your email. I sent the 19 in the email with the notes from last week because I was late getting them out, like late this afternoon.
I saw them. I was doing my homework.
Okay. Oh, okay. While you were stuck in traffic?
I'm not going to say that. It's not that often that Highway 16 like comes to a standstill, but
that's awesome.
I had things I could do.
Okay.
What was the problem?
Accident.
Ooh. Oh, Gary's doing something.
Yes, Gary's showing the list.
I'm practicing again.
Excellent.
So we got anybody on there we want to highlight for storytelling?
Better connect with them first.
Or just call them out.
Oh, look at who got highlighted.
Chris, who was it that said that they would sign on, but they weren't sure if they would talk? Was that Peter Erlacher? Do you remember in the email?
No, I don't remember.
It was.
I think-
I did connect with him and he did say that.
Okay, because I forwarded that email to Jill because he was thanking her for having volunteered. I wanted her to see what he said.
Yeah, it was nice, but he said he probably wouldn't speak, but he'd watch. And I thought,
Didn't you also mention that Cam was having some issues? And so can't people connect via phone?
Yes.
we should be able to.
Yeah, I mean, so that might be something that Cam could do if he can't have the video or whatever. At least he could hear what's going on and we could call on him maybe to talk.
I don't know if he can, how good he's talking yet from his surgery.
Oh, okay.
Well, when I got an email last week, he said he was doing much better with his talking. I was supposed to tell you this all last week. I forgot. But he had to do one of his car movements last week is why he didn't join. And he said that he had such old computer equipment that he didn't think he'd be able to do Zoom meetings.
His phone.
You
might,
can do them on a smartphone.
yeah, he might be able to do it on his phone.
Mhm. Ask him how smart his phone is.
With Cam, his phone is a lot smarter than he is. When it comes to technology, I can vouch for that one.
Yeah, it wasn't his forte.
No.
If you don't need it, you don't use it, you don't do it. So
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, I could try to write something at Jill's suggestion about giving background on the committee work. I'll see, because, you know, I have all the records of when we started. I'll kind of try to write something up and send it out and it can be massaged.
or spoken.
Yeah, you
Well,
can.
what I'm saying is, I'll write it for this group to weigh in on, and then maybe that's what I'll say instead of talking about myself.
But
I
Chris,
can talk about
that's,
the committee.
Chris, I understand that. In fact, everybody's going to be thinking exactly what you just said, that they don't want to talk about themselves. But the point is to try to get them to talk about themselves. So let's suggest everybody bring their big glass of wine. when they come to the party so that they'll be more inclined to tell a little bit about themselves. I mean, that's what's going to be fun, is if we can get people to talk about themselves.
I thought we were going to practice that tonight a little bit. Just
Yeah.
I was thinking about it driving home tonight, but I was
There you
paying
go.
attention to my driving too, so.
All right, so let me get my timer.
I got to find my notes from last time because I don't remember what's the outline for what we're supposed to say. Because maybe I'll
We're
be
supposed to introduce ourselves and use our maiden names too.
So I think that if there is a lull, which is very possible, or people are looking for some sort of outline of what they should be doing, I think the committee people should step forward and maybe start, but not dominate. So like if all of a sudden we get hands up and they say, Gary sees that there's like 3 people online that got their hands up, he can say, okay, well, I see so-and-so and so-and-so. And if they're not committee members, we let them go. But I have a feeling that we may have to do some seating where we actually help get this thing going by talking a little bit about what we've done in the last 50 years.
I'm just kind of wondering, maybe after the memorial, if launching into the committee might take away from.
Yes.
Yeah,
the
yeah, that's what I
lowness,
was thinking.
bring up
That's what I was thinking too.
Good timing.
that might, because people might not be ready to talk themselves, but if Chris or Gary launches into, well, we'd like you to meet the committee, and we're going to especially say something nice about Betty because she just did this wonderful video that you watched. I know I talk with my hands. What can I say?
That's great.
I always do. It's really hard though when I've got a phone at work and I'm writing and I'm talking and the people don't see my hands giving.
And I'll be in the background. You guys, if you need me, I'll do it. But I'll hang around.
No, I think starting with
I think John's idea is if we all have something kind of prepared, but we hold back, maybe one person go up front if no one's volunteering, the rest of us kind of hold back and then go in if there's lulls.
And Gary can call on you, if there's a quiet time. Oh, I know.
Yeah, that's right.
That's true. He could do that. Yeah.
In with you guys.
Yeah, because we got 7 reports right here that could take up about 20 minutes worth of time if we need to have filler time. I mean, you got 7 minutes for the, let's say 2 or 3 minutes for the intro, 7 minutes for the video, 20 minutes for us. There's a half an hour time right there that's been taken up pretty quick.
You bet.
Question for Jill. When you're going to have the waiting room open early, is that part of the 90 minutes?
It's all a part of it, yes. And
Okay, so that will.
I get notices down here, like when John came on later. Oh, there's his name, and I let him in. So I'll have it open. I'll be letting people in as they show up, so they can see Gary's page, and I'll keep watching it. I'll get notifications of that as we go, and I'll keep letting them in. So.
But I mean, you were talking about opening up the waiting room early. So in other words, if you start at.
They can show up in the waiting room anytime they want. If they want to wait for a half hour, they can wait for a half hour in the waiting room.
But that takes a half hour out of your time, the time?
We're starting at 5 o'clock. Anybody who's there, I will be letting them in. If they come in after the time, I'll keep letting them in. I'm hoping that we suggest to have people there early so I can let them in so they can have plenty of time to sign up and set up and get ready. And they'll be muted. And, kind of keep them focused on that. And Gary's going to lead that.
But
so what I think we're trying to get the gist of is if we opened that room, say at 4:30, is that half hour take away from the 90 minutes?
I think I'd open it up. They can sign up and be waiting there as long as they want. I can open it up at 4:45 and start letting them in. And
okay.
Hopefully Gary and Betty and any co-hosts will be there, and I'll have them as co-hosts already, but
right.
that'll be set up at that point. I don't think I have a time limit.
Okay, so whatever time they're in the waiting room does not deduct from the 90 minutes for the whole thing.
If I'm starting the meeting, the waiting room starts up, and I'm not going to start the meeting until maybe 1:45, and I'll let everybody in and get everybody co-hosted and everything's all set up, you know, right at that time ahead of them. And so it will take a little of our time, but I don't think I have a time limit. I've been studying that. I only have a number of people limit.
Oh, okay.
That's what I think.
I like this. I like this, Jill. I can see you thinking this through as you're talking. I like it. It's working out.
I think about it every day.
Oh no! Hey, you're doing great. This is going to be fun. Remember that.
A different Zoom meeting than I've ever done.
No, it's going to be different from anything anybody's done. This is a first.
Yeah.
John, we can see you so much better when you move closer as opposed to way back.
Light me up here.
Yeah.
It's much easier because when you're way back, you're really dark.
Yeah, we want to see your face. People need to see your face, definitely.
All right. Well, I'll have to practice.
Gary, your face.
Yeah, Gary fell off the. Oh, oh my God.
It just fades into the background.
Yep. He's a fader.
Okay.
Betty.
Betty just changed to one of her golfing pictures.
Yes, it is. It was taken in last August.
Wow.
What I was thinking about is putting that up while I start scrolling through these pictures. And so I'm trying to,
Oh, I see. So you're not gone.
so I'm not gone.
So what pictures are you scrolling through right now? Classmates' pictures?
Yeah.
So Kathy's talking and there you go.
There's a serious guy.
Yeah.
I just noticed that his hair was gray and it's not there.
I see that picture. I want to say, ready, wrestle.
Yeah.
That's what I'm fired. So always yell.
Anyway, so while I'm fiddling around with the screen, I'm trying to find files rather than people getting distracted from me poking around. I might put up turn off my video so that I can then so that I can do my thing, because like I don't want to look too stupid.
No,
Now,
I think that
how come you can put your picture up and there's nothing around it, but when you put a document up, it's got like the rest of Word around it still?
They're two different screens.
You can't use that screen, the other screen for the
I don't
like
for the
that
document? You mind saying?
see. Gary has not put up in his account. He's not downloaded a pic or uploaded a picture of himself onto that. That's what I did, and that's how mine automatically comes up.
How we do
How do we do the?
So, Betty,
Yes.
How do we do it?
if you get a chance to speak, which I hope you do,
Yeah.
you've done so much, but I'll tell you, you're a great golfer. You love golfing, and you've been to one of the top golf courses in the world. They're most famous.
Yes.
St. Andrews, right?
Yes.
Did you get to golf on it?
I'm up. My birdie lipped out on the last hole. Yes.
So it wasn't that like a random thing? I mean, that for you to even be able to get there when you're in a big group like that?
We had to be in a lottery.
Yeah.
And we also had a driver. I went with 8 other couples or 7 other couples, and we hired a driver. We had a small bus, and he lived in St. Andrews, and he knew all the caddy master. He knew the caddy master, and money talks.
You guys bought your way on.
Shh, don't tell anybody. But
Right.
we slipped him a little bit on the side. I mean, like the situation was one of within our group, not all of us could pay, so we had sort of a lottery within the group. And one of the gals had a really, that won, she got the lot, she was able to play, but her handicap was not low enough, so they wouldn't let her play. And so then she had to drop out, but we just couldn't put our people in. That's where we had to pay the caddy master to be able to put somebody in there with it. But anyway, yeah. I mean, it was like I was on sacred ground.
You really were. So I know that everybody has experiences, but that to me is like, I know a lot of people, that would be their dream. Like you said, it's like sacred ground. So, if you want to tell us a golf story, that would be a great one.
Okay, yeah, I can add that to my list.
Yeah, and then also you brought me, or somehow you sent me a paper with all the different scotches.
Yes.
Scotch whiskeys and where they're from. So did you get to go drink whiskeys?
We did. Our tour was called Golf and Whiskey Tour.
Oh
so
my God. Okay.
we went to distilleries. If we weren't golfing, we were at a distillery.
All right.
Or a castle, but yeah, it was really great. And I was looking forward to going to Ireland, but with this COVID thing, I'll probably be 90 before we'll be able to go again. So, but yeah, a lot of fond memories.
All right. Well, thank you. So guys, that was just an example. Okay. See how I just brought her in? Okay. She just did her thing right there. Yes. And it was awesome. So everybody get ready, because that night it might be your turn.
Oh, who put him in charge?
Kathy, looks like you're up next.
Oh, it does. You're funny.
Anyway, I
Brag.
thought, Betty, you had some great stories, but I really thought those were some of the ones that I really liked, because like that is such an amazing thing. I know people that have gone over there and only had to, stand around and look because they never got to go on.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing.
Gary, I still cannot find the raise the hand to speak. I want to make a screenshot of it so I can add it to your little paper. So,
Okay.
Mine's at participants.
It's in the participants under more. And
So you hit participants, and then by your name to the right, there should be a word that says more.
oh, okay, got it.
And
Okay.
you hit more, and then down at the bottom, I think is that little hand raise.
Yeah, and see, when I go to the more down at the bottom, I've got a thumbs up, a thumbs down, a clap, a coffee cup, and a clock, but I have no hand.
Oh, mine starts with the hand.
Yeah, so does mine. I just go to participants and I don't touch more, and it's right at the bottom.
Yeah, it's at the bottom.
When I hit mine, I just get rename.
Yeah, no, I don't even go to more. Mine is just.
Okay, well, look, okay, I just hit participants, and then down at the bottom left, at the bottom of the name, all the names, there's a little thing, it says raise hand, and it's a little blue hand in a circle.
I'm not.
Oh, down at the very bottom, yes. Raise hand.
Yep.
Nope, I don't see that either.
It's down below the names. Mine's clear
All
down
the
at the bottom of the
names.
screen.
Yes, no, go slower.
You can scroll down.
Raise hand, so raise hand is to the left of my yes and no.
Yep.
Doesn't show
Yep.
there.
That's interesting. That's not on mine. I don't have it.
Not mine either.
It's not on my.
Isn't that strange? All of us have something different.
We do. And
Well, that's why it's kind of hard to tell people where to go to find these things.
right.
Now, Chris, are you on a PC
wait,
or are
hold
you
on.
on a
I'm on the laptop.
Gary, you're on a PC?
Laptop.
Gary and Betty, are you finding it?
No, I don't have it.
Because we're hosts and co-hosts.
Oh, so we can't raise our hand.
Everybody else can. Because last time
Okay,
I made Gary the full host. I was not the host and I had it. But tonight I don't.
All right, see?
Oh,
okay.
Unco-host means I can do a screenshot.
So the host can give a thumbs up and make it look like he's raising his
There you go.
hand.
Yep, you can do that. You can do that.
Okay, so
We
take
can
my,
also just do this, can't we?
Yep, or the host can just call on you too if you're ready.
Yeah.
well, I was going to put it on the little sheet. I need to take a screenshot. So would you remove me as a co-host so I can maybe get the hand thing?
Let me see if I can get that done right now. Here we go.
Okay.
Host, no. Let me go mute. Let me see how I do this when we're still here. More. Withdraw. You're now withdrawn, co-host.
Okay. Go faster, slower, more. Oh, oh, I have a raise hand. Okay, I'm going to do a screenshot of that and add it.
Do instructions.
Yep.
Yeah,
Great.
Beth's got her hand up.
I can't, but I can't see it on my own thing.
No, you don't see it on your own.
Oh, you
No.
don't?
If you have the
No.
participants list up, you'll see it.
Yeah,
But she's
'cause
got
I
it
know-
up now.
I see Beth's. Beth's hand is up.
Yeah, okay.
and my hand should be up.
So it's up by your
Yep.
participants. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, Beth, go ahead and tell us about yourself. You got about 3 minutes.
There you go.
Oh, I need to be prompted and asked wonderful questions.
I know how old you are. Where are you living? What kind of work? You still selling houses?
Yeah. I'm still doing real estate.
There was
Josh
questions and one answer.
Describe the last
so
house. What's the most interesting thing you've found out in a house that you tried to sell? Tell us about a crazy customer.
Oh, she's had plenty of those.
No names.
Oh. A former sort of rock star was selling not his house, but his mother's house. Turns out that he was actually a felon.
Oh.
Like most rock stars.
So a local lawyer got made to be his lawyer. So I had to work through the lawyer and with the person, and it wasn't that he was a scary person. He just wanted to impress people all the time. But when we got down to it, he didn't want to come up with any money. He didn't want to clean up his land. Oh, it's just awful. Anyway, he was the craziest person. He actually called in. I didn't listen to the call, but he was pretty threatening even. And in the end, when I went along, now this isn't a good story, is it?
No.
It's not.
Hey, we're practicing.
That's the craziest one. Yeah.
I know.
So Beth, I think you should talk about how you guys were in the construction business and you did interior design and setting that up, and that led you to real estate where you can stage houses.
I was going to start even earlier. I was going to say that, yes, I did marry John Ribley, and yes, we're still married.
There you go.
That's a good one.
There you go.
And I had kids not as early as you might think. My first was born in '76, and it took me 20 years to to get through college, but I did. And then I taught for a while.
Wow.
Well,
Adult
great.
education. And then when that kind of fell apart at the recession, then I had to do something else. We started in real estate just about the time it started crashing in 2006. And I've been doing it since then. I guess I shouldn't tell people I hate it.
No,
The way I do. I
Well, you
don't know.
can just say it's not my favorite.
Well, do I have a favorite? I would love to teach. I would just give anything to be teaching.
How many houses did you sell in all this time?
Gosh, I don't know. I'd have to look it up. I really would.
4,000?
I sell about 3 or 4 a year. It's not a lot.
Yeah.
80% of realtors sell less than 5 in a year.
Wow.
And it's the 80-20 rule, which I never knew until I was in real estate. But I guess it's that way for sales.
So you and Mr. Ribley did it after all. So what was your,
We did
Oh
it.
my God, Carrie.
yeah, you did. I hope you did. So what was one of your favorite friends and your favorite memories of high school?
High school. When
Yeah,
you,
50 years
when you
ago.
say favorite friend, then I just get all teary because I miss Mary to this minute.
I know. Oh.
Yeah, my favorite things were things I would stay overnight with Mary, and we'd run up to the high school, which was quite the hike, and go do things like be mat maids. You're on skinny old John Kevin. I was like, I didn't even know who he was until I was made his mat maid.
John's maid?
She was my secret mat maid. Yeah.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah.
how fun.
Yeah, you didn't know, or we did. I don't know.
The
We
rule
didn't tell
was
him
that
to
you
end the
decorated their
picture.
lockers without them
Oh,
moving.
I probably didn't do much with your locker or
No,
anything.
there
John, I'm
was
sorry.
always a candy bar, which I couldn't eat. Always trying to make weight.
Oh, right. I should have known that.
So I'm gonna insert, because of the Mary thing, I have a stack of annuals and some pictures that were Mary's that I'm gonna get to Betty. There's one of like the baseball team, and there's some different ones. So those will come your way for whatever use that you
That
have.
was, well, actually, there were very few baseball pictures in the yearbook, and so I would really appreciate any pictures. And as a matter of fact, there was a picture I thought was Gary Simpson, but it's in a way, I mean, it was an opponent. That's how much I knew. But anyway, yeah, I would appreciate any baseball pictures you'd have. Oh, I have only 2 more slideshows to do. I've got all the pictures taken. I just have to put them into the program. So the website probably by the end of next week will be all, or it has to be by next week, but hopefully by the 1st of next week, they'll all be up. So that's cool. I'm glad to have that project done.
Wow, huge. That's huge.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm back.
Sorry, you're
So
back.
Gary, I have an idea, and if we can get people to understand how to raise their hand, it actually could work. Where before we had talked about getting multiple people involved at the same time by asking questions like, how many of you have more than 3 husbands or 3 wives, been married more than, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then, or how many grandkids, or how many went on to college. And then because once they learn how to raise their hand, then you can kind of see the number of people. And you might pick on one of those people and say, well, tell us a little bit about that subject, And maybe somebody wouldn't want to talk about how many times he's been married or how many grandkids. Maybe he would on that. But, it would immediately lock in those people that you could pick on.
Well, I know someone that's been married 4 times from our class, but she hasn't signed up to be on.
There might be why.
Yeah,
She
busy
knows
looking for the next one.
She's been with the last husband for quite some time.
Oh, that's
So, John, when we raise a hand like that, how can we take it down? So, like on the screen here, we want to look at everybody.
It just automatically goes off after 10 seconds. I found that out.
So we got to wait 10 seconds. Okay, there it goes. All right.
I tried to get rid of it, but it wouldn't go away. It stays there for 10 seconds.
Okay.
Is that right, Jill?
Well, I don't know. I'm looking at Beth's. Hers has been up here most of the evening. So
Oh, that's
Is it still
different-
up? Is it still up? Because I can see Gary's, but not mine.
yeah, yours is still up. Yeah.
Well, you have to go to participants to see
And
yours.
now John's.
Now it's gone. Now John's is up.
Yep.
Okay. So you have to click and unclick it at the bottom. I've tried to unclick it at the top and I can't.
Yeah, it's at the bottom. Yeah,
You
wherever you
just tell them that.
So, John, go ahead and raise your hand again. Okay, Betty has.
I was trying to unclick it, but every time I get close to it,
No, you have to unclick it at the bottom, Betty.
Yeah, well, I can unclick it too.
Yeah, you can. The host can do that.
Yeah, I just found that out.
Hosts can do that as well. So if they can't do it,
Okay. It's a toggle.
I like that idea. I'll see if I can come up with some questions. If you guys think of some questions too, we can generally ask how many of this or that raise your hand up and do the reaction. There we go. We'll see how many people show up with that.
Yeah, they can either raise their hand by the reaction with a thumb up, or they could go to participants and do the raise hand that way. So
I
Yeah.
don't have a thumb up.
Down
It's in
at the
the
bottom, reactions.
That should be under reactions on the far right on the bottom, where participants was on the left.
Oh, reactions. Okay. I've got a yes and no, but there's a thumbs up. Oh, and that's a clapping, huh?
Hey, there
Yes.
yeah,
You
if
have
you
a
approve
clap.
of something,
You have the clap or you've got the thumbs up.
Okay.
Okay.
So,
Look at
so
Constance dying.
This is gonna be a good party.
We've got 7 of us here right now. We got, how many people? 19? I think we probably have a good enough party already.
yeah.
Wait, let me have another glass of wine.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm just glad some people have signed up from out of the area too.
I'm
that
gonna have
are.
to have a bottle right here. I'm gonna have to have the bottle for an hour and a half.
All right, there. You're all out of control. I'm going to shut you off. Now I want to see how I can open up one person at a time. Okay. John, you're unmuted. No?
there you go.
Nope. I guess I have to do one at a time.
I can unmute myself.
Even when I
Right
muted
now.
everybody
I can unmute myself too.
right now? Okay, I just unmuted John.
I unmuted myself.
Oh, okay. Well,
I'm unmuted again.
okay.
I got treated like I was dumb because I didn't know that at my real estate meeting.
But the
Unmute.
co-host can ask people to mute themselves. They can do that. It's right there in their little square. They can do mute, unmute.
But
and
you-
they don't
Or,
leave.
it might be fun because if someone's telling something funny, then everyone's laughing and you can.
Oh, yeah. They can unmute it until you need to say something they need to hear and then shut them down.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think most people are going to go ahead and leave themselves muted, all right, and do it. So we just don't have a lot of people talking over each other.
Mhm.
I think that people don't know how to necessarily unmute themselves if you've got the little red line there.
Yeah. Well, they'll say,
Mine's a regular, it just asks me, it comes up on the screen.
yeah.
No line.
Yeah.
Oh, we have a little microphone down in the corner that's the far left. It says mute.
At the bottom.
There's
Far
if
left.
there's a red line through it, then we know we're muted.
Mhm. And you can unmute yourself in your picture at the top too if you're in the little squares.
Yes.
I got all sorts of things about test the speaker and microphone and switch to a phone audio and audio settings right beside it.
That's just so that you have volume.
Oh,
You can
yeah,
hear.
I see.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Well, it'll be interesting. I'll try to come up with a
That's
couple.
where the background is. Okay.
And if anybody wants to practice anything between now and the 18th, let me know. I'll set up a Zoom. You can just do it. We'll, like Gary to have the screen on and say what he's going to say and just practice. That's fine with me. I'm here. Can do that.
Do we need to do anything next week? Have another group meeting next week or no?
I'm here.
I'm having fun doing this. I don't know about the rest of y'all.
I think the easier it becomes for you, the easier it's going to be for everybody. So I don't mind meeting again. And I was going to ask, does John want to be a co-host as well? So it'd be Gary, John, and Betty.
Correct.
I think so.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm not making that down. That was one question I had. And Gary's going to send me a copy of his picture, the opening page, just so I have it as backup and have it ready in case it doesn't work for some reason.
Yep.
Chris, did you have an opportunity to read the intro page?
I did zip through it. Nothing jumped out at me that needed changing.
Okay. I think what I will do is put the lettering in bold, because when Gary puts it down to like 75%, it'll be a little easier to read maybe. What do you think?
I think it'll be okay then. Because I know I had a hard time reading that real small. Oh
Nah.
dear.
Yeah.
Well, because you
I
got
just
to,
have to,
I can read it. I don't even have my new glasses.
well,
Yeah.
it depends on what kind of monitor you have too.
Yeah.
Phone.
yeah, I'm just looking at a small iPad, so.
Betty,
Yes.
we might want to do something here. If you want to talk, that has to be changed because we're not going to raise our hand at the bottom because that's only there for 10 seconds. If you
The
want,
the raise hand stays, it's the reactions that only
It's
stay
the
for.
thumbs up that
The
doesn't
thumbs up or
stay.
clapping stays for 10 seconds.
The handshake.
under the reactions phase.
Yeah. Yes.
Well, it says right here, please click if you raise hand if you want to talk.
Oh, it says under the reactions tab, and it's really under the participants.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
got it.
That's correct.
Yep.
All right. So I will send this to you, Gary, or to you and Chris, or who should see this before we finalize it.
Yeah, Jill and myself.
Okay.
Then we'll have it put on there.
Okay.
So I won't need to send it to you after all, Jill.
Oh, no, you got to have it. You got, I want you to share your screen. I want everything to work out. I'm the backup girl.
Yeah.
No, I know, but I mean, Betty's going to send us a revised.
Yeah, it's gonna get
Okay,
changed.
gotcha. I hear you. All right, good.
I need to send it as a PDF because when I send a Word file, it garbles it all up. So I send it as a PDF.
Okay.
Okay.
Did John see our new logo?
Oh, I don't know.
I'm still recording too, and I'm going to record tonight, put it in a YouTube link and send it to you so you know what's going to happen when we actually do.
Okay, cool. Yeah, John can see the video then.
I mean this logo?
Yeah.
The one down at the bottom. Yeah, the one down there.
That's cool.
That's the logo for the next reunion in person.
Oh, class of 70 turned 70. I like it. Yes.
And then you see the 70 with all the pictures on it.
Yeah. It's excellent.
Should it be a birthday bash or just birthday bash?
Looks good. A birthday
I didn't
bash.
even notice one way or the other. I like a birthday bash.
I like a birthday.
Me too.
I was just gonna say I liked it without the A, but it's 6 of one, half dozen of another.
Good title.
Class of 70 turns 70 birthday bash.
Yeah, I think the A should not be there because it sort of sits out by itself. And
Oh, well, that's fine too. Yeah.
yeah, I think
Then-
I
then
agree.
Put the quotation marks around birthday bash then too, because that's part of the title, right? 70 turns 70 birthday bash. Or
So-
maybe not. I don't know. It just I'm an English teacher. Sorry.
Well, because I would say no, because under the 0, she's got class of 70 turns 70. See how that fits around
Oh
the
yeah,
bottom
I
of the
see
0?
that. Okay. Yeah. So class of 70 turns 70 birthday bash. Okay. It works.
Well,
I'm not on the committee. I'm just here.
Well,
Actually, you just got
I think
recruited.
you're an honorary member of the committee now.
Yeah, you are this year.
yeah, maybe next time too, because who knows, we might be doing a Zoom meeting again.
Love it. Fine.
Exactly.
I hope not. Dear
Yeah, no
God.
kidding.
Well, don't count on it. Yeah.
I think we were pretty wise to delay until 2022.
Yeah.
Yes, Betty, that was a good call.
Yeah, good call.
So are we gonna practice again next week at all, or are we just gonna let you guys
Well, that's-
contact me
well,
to practice something you want to practice, or what do you want to do?
I think we need to do a dry run. I mean, put it in
Doing
a
it.
sequence.
Yeah.
Like we're
Sequence.
actually doing it. So yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I'd like to see that too. Just
Okay, so do we want to do next Tuesday? Or what works best for people?
What works best for John? You have surgery?
So I'm packing tonight. I leave tomorrow to go to Yellowstone.
Wow.
And we don't have internet up there, but we are getting it supposedly. So there's a big if, because when you go in a place like that, you're relying on these guys to show up on their horses, and sometimes it just doesn't happen when you think it will. So
When do you come back?
actually, I had a Washington State Dental Association Board of Directors meeting that was sprung on me because they want to meet in person. So we're meeting on the night of the reunion, the day of the reunion.
Oh my.
In Suncadia, because it's in a different county, and they figured they would be in a different phase and we'd be able to meet face to face. So we have reservations for Suncadia for the reunion night. So I made sure that we stayed after the meeting, which is supposed to get done by 4:30, which means that 5 o'clock I should be able to get on.
Yep.
So I got that all kind of figured out so that I can be part of this for that evening.
Practice and record it, and you can see the recording too.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. And if you're putting something out on YouTube, when I do for sure get internet, I can look at that and see how it went.
Okay, that's where I'll post it is YouTube. You'll have a YouTube link.
All right. Thank you.
So when do you go from Yellowstone to Suncadia?
I'm going to leave Thursday night or Thursday morning so I can get in. Friday, excuse me. Friday, I leave Friday morning, get in Friday night to Suncadia. Meeting starts at 8 o'clock in the morning, gets done at 4:30. This meeting starts at 5. I got another night so we could just stay and make sure I had internet and be part of this.
That's a juggle.
Oh,
It's the way life works when you're having fun.
Yeah.
well, I'm open any evening next week. So
whenever you guys plan, if I do have internet, I'll try to jump on and see what's going on. But if I don't have it, then it will be Suncadia. It'll be on that night.
Okay.
And you're leaving when again? Tuesday?
Or tomorrow.
Oh, tomorrow.
At least
Tomorrow morning.
Okay. Busy.
It's a 13-hour drive.
Woo.
Get up in the morning, catch the earliest ferry, and get in at the house, hopefully just after the sun sets.
wow.
Long day.
Sounds fun.
Okay.
But it's
So,
so fun. We had a grizzly bear that came through our property. We have 80 acres up there. Last year we had 30 head of elk, all cows. Half of them were cows and half of them were calves. And I told Kristen, I hunt a lot. I said, no guns, let's take our cameras and follow me, but act like you're hunting. And we got so close to those cows because they couldn't smell us. And then all of a sudden they heard us. And so they started walking towards us to try to figure out what we were. And I told her, freeze, do not run, hold still, and just videotape. And they got within probably 20 or 30 yards of us before they finally decided they still couldn't figure out what we were, but they got a little spooked, and then they just went past us in a stream and videotaped the whole thing. Well, last week, my nephew was up there, and up right past our cabin, a grizzly bear, they walked right through our 80 acres. So when we get up there, it's actually very special. It's pretty cool because it's the real McCoy.
Wow, that sounds neat.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
so the 14th, next Tuesday, the 14th, does that work with everybody else?
Yeah,
5:30ish or another time?
Yeah,
that's fine.
5:30, okay.
Same link. Use the same link.
Alrighty.
Again, same time, same station.
And I'm assuming that's gonna be the link that will go out to,
Yes.
for the 18th also, okay?
Yep. Keeping it simple.
So sounds like, Chris, we need to start working on the next email.
Yes, we do, because I have that I should be sending it out on Friday.
Okay.
Maybe schedule it to go out more than once.
Yeah, we were gonna send on Friday. And I think on Friday we'll send, to the whole group again and RSVP again. Then the question is, on the 17th, when we send the link, do we send it to the whole group again or just those that have RSVP? Because I think we told them to RSVP by the 15th.
Yeah, I think the RSVP is safe, but
I would send it to everybody because if we have 20 people, 25 people that have RSVP'd, but some people, you know how they are.
Yeah.
They want to be looky-loos. They want to come on. We might have an extra 10 people that at the last minute decide, you know what, I'm going to do this. And you should we should put the email out in such a way that they know that we appreciate the RSVP, but if at the very last minute you decide to come on, you're welcome, and just follow the link.
Yeah, I think so too.
and
I thought we were gonna send the link only if they emailed us.
What's your question, Jill?
Sorry.
my only question is if it's the 17th and if we're so lucky to have more than 100 people on the panel.
Right, and I don't,
Need at least a day to upgrade my system to have
Yes.
people come on. So
I
that's
think if we say it's going to be topped at 100, then, if they come in late, they just can make it or not make it. But
Yeah, say
that's the
first,
recording.
only the first 100 get on.
yeah.
And
So are
if
you
you don't make
sending-
it on, let us know because we'll maybe set this up again.
well, we can say that we can only accommodate a limited number and we don't need to say 100.
Right.
Okay.
Yes, there you go.
That'll help more people sign up.
Kathy?
So didn't you say that they had to email you in order to get the link? So nobody could just get on at the last minute, right?
But they're saying now because to let people know and they can get on in the last minute.
We did actually say that in the Rebel report, I think we said that they can share the link. What did we say? Gary, you have it there. What does it say?
Well, that might have been in the email message too. We put a little bit more into that than we did the Rebel report. But I don't think I have that.
Kathy? Kathy?
Yes.
The couple of people, there's a couple of people that sort of crash the luncheons.
Yes.
Do you think they'll be crashing this video? I mean, our party?
I hope not.
Are they, when you talk about crashing, are they classmates?
No, they're from a year behind us and they're on our Facebook page. For whatever reason, Richard Meeks let them in. I mean, we can certainly tell you who they are so that you don't let them in.
I would like to know that because I'm watching the waiting room, so I know what name, if there's certain names to watch for, I can
Well,
watch.
I know one name, but you're saying there's a couple people?
Well, Dale Becker is one that's on the Facebook page, and Barbara Brown, who is actually her
That's who I
sister.
know.
Debbie is the one that graduated with us. But Barbara seems to think she should come to our luncheons, and she's on our Facebook page.
Oh.
So if there was any,
She come to reunions too. The Friday night events, yeah.
that's right, she did.
Hmm.
So those are two people that I know of that are from another class.
Yeah, who cares?
Yeah, that's what I
Okay.
say.
Yeah, that's all right. I mean, we'll just tell them they can't say anything.
Yeah,
Yeah, just mute them all. Dale Becker will cut his hair again.
yeah, that's exactly right.
Okay,
Stalkers.
I found what we said in when
Stalkers
we
beware.
set up the last Rebel report. It says,
Yes.
to be part of the fund, you'll need to RSVP at by July 15th. We can accommodate up to 100 people for 90 minutes. The amount of time each person to speak will be determined by the number of people that sign up. You can choose not to speak, just listen. And then go to Rebel Report for details.
Yeah, and on there it says RSVP by the 15th to a certain address to participate. About 1 week before the party, you'll receive a reminder. On the 17th, you'll get another email with instructions and a link to Zoom.
Yeah.
I could have swore that we put somewhere that they could share the link.
I kind of remember that too.
I don't have.
Share the link, but, and I can't remember what the but was.
It's it's the box at the bottom.
Yeah.
Special note, it was announced, okay, this, it says you can invite other classmates to join the virtual 50th reunion Zoom party, but please urge them to send their email address to the reunion committee so they won't miss future messages.
Oh.
So they can share the link. So that was the point I was trying to make, is that we said that they could share the link.
The link's not coming out till the 17th.
Correct.
Yeah.
Well, we don't say that they could share the link. We said that you can invite them to join the virtual reunion. But they're supposed to send their email addresses to the committee.
If we send out the link on the 17th and they forward it to a bunch of friends, that's just the way it's going to be.
Well,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yep. Okay.
All right. I'm good.
I'm
Looking
good.
forward to Tuesday.
Okay.
Good.
We'll make it real on Tuesday.
My gosh, it's already been an hour and a half.
I know.
I know. It's
That's
our
it.
90, we've done our 90 minutes.
And
Wow.
I'm still gonna upload it to YouTube so you can see how it looks on a YouTube link. I'll give you the link, and it'll take me a little while to get this to go, but I'll do it and we'll get it to you. And Betty, let's you and I talk a little bit sometime.
Yeah, I was going to say maybe we might need Dawn's consultation there.
Yeah, that would be good. And
Okay.
I don't know if you want to do it now or we can do it a separate day. It doesn't matter to us.
If he's available, let's do it now. So because he's getting ready to leave,
Yeah,
right?
you need John tonight if you need to grab him for something.
No, it's
No,
Dawn.
it's gone.
Oh, Dawn.
All
Dawn. Oh, okay. I thought you said
Not John.
John.
I got that.
right.
Okay.
So if it doesn't get any better than what you already showed, it's just fine.
It is good, but
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
music, I just thought, ooh, let's see what we can do. So
She knows what the original is, so that's the difference.
I was helping him choose.
I think people recognize it's not going to be it. It's not going to be.
Oh,
like
yeah, it doesn't
TV.
have to be professional.
Yeah.
I think it looks pretty good.
I was
Looks real-
gonna
I think it looks
say,
real good.
it's very,
really
very
is.
lovely the way it is.
It is.
Yeah.
Gary, you keep going in and out so much when
Yeah,
you're
I know.
around.
It's just- well, it's because I'm moving around, putting away files and putting away my notes and getting
Yeah,
ready for.
one shoulder disappears and then your head's just kind of on top of your tongue.
It's like you fell over.
Yeah.
He's got to get a different light because he's got yellow jaundice.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
sure does. He's yellow tonight, that's for sure.
Yeah, I'll move not a camera, but I'll move a light around.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Well, so Gary, tell me, are you going to be in your office for this party? Are you going to do it from home?
No, I got to do it here because my connection, I don't trust it at home, so I'm going to just do it from here.
Well, so then you won't be able to have your beverage.
That's correct. That's probably a good idea.
That's too bad for you.
No, it might be a benefit for everybody else too.
Well, the jail's real close.
Yeah. I don't plan on drinking here and walking home, so.
All right.
All right, well, I'm going to stop recording now.